Hey guys, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel. For today's Crocktober video, I'm going to be making Italian beef and sausage combo sandwiches, and we're going to be using the Ninja Foodi. We're going to go under pressure for 15 minutes, and then we are going to switch it over to the slow cook function for the rest of the time. So here I have one steak I had left over. I don't even know what kind of steak it was. And I had some top round, I believe it was called, that I made fajitas with a couple weeks ago. I have been marinating this overnight in some olive oil, adobo, salt and pepper, and garlic. You don't have to do this, but I wanted to just because it was the one piece of meat was not the most tender cut of meat. So I added that adobo, let it marinate overnight just to tenderize it a little bit. I'm going to start by putting my foodie on the sear saute function. And this is the seasoning I'm using. It's the Louis Italian beef seasoning. You don't have to marinate your meat like I did. You can just mix this with the water. This makes a great beef gravy. So if you just have that on hand, you don't have to marinate. Just mix that with water and use that. So the first thing I'm going to do is get my meat into saute. I'm going to sear it on both sides, and then we're going to put it under pressure for 15 minutes. So now that the meat is searing, I'm going to take it out, and we have to deglaze the bottom of that pan because we will get a burn notice because we are going to go under pressure. The reason I'm pressure cooking it first is because I know this cut of meat is going to take quite a while to cook. So I kind of just wanted to give it a head start. If you have a better cut of meat or you have a longer period of time that you can cook it in the crock pot, you can just do this in the crock pot. I've done that before if I have a better roast. But with this meat, I felt like it was going to need a little help. So that's my reason for doing the pressure cooking first. So I'm just going to put the meat back in here. I'm going to add a little bit more liquid, and then we're going to take it under pressure. I'd started with 2 cups of water that was mixed with that gravy packet. I added another ½ cup of water, and now I set the foodie to go under pressure for 15 minutes. While that's pressure cooking, I'm going to just brown up some sausage. You don't have to do this. You could throw the sausage right into your crock pot and cook it that way. But I just like when the sausage is a little bit browned on each side. So I'm just going to get it brown on each side before I put it in with the beef. Once I brown the sausage on each side, I just put it to the side until the beef was done going under pressure. I released the pressure, I added my sausage. I did end up adding about another 1.5 cups of water. I wanted it to be completely covered while I slow cooked it. I ended up setting it on low for 8 hours. I did check it after 4 hours and it was still really tough. So I ended up putting it on for 3 additional hours on high, and that came out perfect. While that was slow cooking though, I decided to just fry up my peppers so they would be ready. So I have some red and yellow peppers that I seasoned with salt, pepper, garlic powder, and some crushed red pepper. And when everything was done, I just threw those in with the juice. I didn't have the pot on anymore. I had shut it off just to heat them back through because I had made them a couple hours earlier. This is what we have after 15 minutes under pressure, 4 hours on low slow cook, and 3 hours on high slow cook. It's falling apart. I don't even need a fork. It's falling apart just with the tongs. It was so tender. It was so good. I shredded up that beef and I threw it back in the pot along with the peppers. At this point, I had shut the pot off. So, the gravy was obviously still really hot and I just wanted to warm those peppers through. Here's how the sausage looked. Now, I did end up showing you how I put my sandwich together. I didn't take a picture when I was done. I used one of those French rolls, and I put my sausage, then I put the beef, and I put some peppers, and I topped it with mozzarella cheese. I didn't show you that either, and I baked it in the oven on a cookie sheet just until the cheese got nice and melty. But you guys, I totally forgot to film it when it came out. So you get the idea. This was delicious. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And I will see you on the next one. Bye.